This is Patrick McCarthy reporting with Tri-Cities Community Television. We're back in our Lee Square studios in Port Coquitlam, and today we have Ryan Clark with us, who's part of PoCo Sport.
How's it going, Patrick?
Good.
Good.
Thanks for coming back.
Awesome.
So a lot's been going on with PoCo Sport. Can you just tell the folks out there what's happening?
Exciting times, Patrick. You know, we're fortunate. We've had a great build the first bunch of years, but now the real big stuff comes, and which is really the fun stuff. So we've launched the PoCo Sports Hall of Fame and the Sport Awards, which is an annual gala show evening. We bring out Perry Slakowski from Sportsnet. He's part of it, and we bring out other filmers. And obviously, thank you to Tri-Cities TV. You guys do a phenomenal job doing the backstage, just like behind the scenes at the Oscars. That's a sold-out show every year. It's a great opportunity to unite the community. We had our first inaugural inductees last year. And we're now getting ready for our third show for the Sport Awards, second for the Hall of Fame, which will be a phenomenal session in May. But then we've got all these other things going on too. The brand new recreation complex, which is going to be probably the best in British Columbia because it'll be obviously the newest, but it's massive in size. It's $140 million approximately complex with multiple, arenas and workouts and swimming pools and library and all this integration. It's going to be such a central hub that's nicely close to downtown here, which is going to help energize the downtown. And then going off that, we've got the PoCo Grand Prix bike race, which is going into its fourth year now. That's been very successful. And it's nice because the Grand Prix, even though it's a sporting event, brings in arts and culture too, because that also unites. We got the band that plays, we got music acts, we got comedy acts, we got all of that going on, so people can come and enjoy that kind of while the background of the race is going on, or they can engage in the race and the social with the kind of the bar area right at the finish line. It just makes for a fun day there, so it's great to see those events going along. And then the biggest win we've had really recently was with Sport for Life, which is a group that's been put together by the Ministry of Health that's really overseeing physical literacy and building a healthier community. Port Coquitlam has been chosen as one of 9 across BC for this initiative. It's approximately about $100,000 in contra and programs given to us, so not cash, but programs given to the city that we can help build more durable people and have more healthy and physically active people. And it's going to be exciting because it really integrates everybody. So many times sport stays in a silo, and this gets to us to integrate new immigrant society, early childhood care groups, daycare groups, education, the recreation centers, and build pathways and programs that can take people right from the start all the way through till senior ages. That's we're also all talking the same languages, and we all support each other, and we can all talk about each other's programs rather than living in separate silos.
And even the Grand Prix, I know a big part of that is it's a family event. You mentioned the bars,
yeah.
But there's a lot of
that's just at the finish line.
I like the bars. I like the bars. Sure. But I mean the fact that you get like 200 plus kids are in that bike
300
race.
300 now.
Yeah, so
that's sold, and that's with waiting list too. 300 kids come out, just little kids on the trikes coming out. I mean that's a heck of a scene when you're driving up there and you see 300 kids moving up with their little mini bikes and ringing their bells and off they go. I mean what a great scene that is.
So that's kind of really that kind of sport for life concept. I mean, we hear PoCo Sport, but thinking teams or individual athletes, but you're really saying it's bigger
than that. Yeah. Patrick, you're right. It's bigger than that. It's not about, sometimes you hear the word sport and you automatically think teams and competition, and without a doubt, there's that element. But this is really about growing community pride, building healthier citizens, building community stronger, engaging people, making them part of the community, and also making sure that there's entertainment going on too. It's great when you don't have to leave your town. You can stay and be well entertained in town, whether it's going to watch the local hockeys or soccers down at the fields or the new rec complex, or seeing a Grand Prix bike race, or seeing any of these, or the award show, any number of things that can be going on. People can just interact within their own cities, walking, short rides, rather than getting up and having to go to another catchment area.
And the part I like about the new rec center, there's kind of, a recognition of the athletes of Port Coquitlam. It's sort of a Hall of Fame, a physical Hall of Fame.
Exactly. The city and city staff and council were great to be able to include the Sports Hall of Fame in the new recreation complex that will open its first phase this summer in 2019. And one of the nice things about a Sport Hall of Fame, it's not just because we want to, recognize these people just for the sake of recognizing them. It's so that the younger people and other people can see what greatness has come out of the community. That'll inspire them to say, hey, this person went to the same high school as me. They went to the same eateries as I did. They went to the same they lived in the same neighborhoods as I did. I can be that too. I can be a world champion. I can be an Olympic champion. I can go off and play professionally. Hopefully inspire them to the great heights. That's why you have that in that major hub area that is the new rec complex.
And I guess when you look at it for like the rec center itself. I mean, what, $250 million? So that's or
140 million.
Yeah.
250 would be
250,
great. I'll
that's
say.
right,
I'll say.
that's right.
That's my wish.
I
but-
put 250 in there because I thought we'd be over budget.
Yeah,
So,
no, they've done a very good job actually, and the way the city negotiated it was great. That they're tight on the cost, which has been great.
Yeah.
But it's going to have underground parking. Again, you're talking multiple arenas that have grandstand arenas too, so you can host major events. Also, the lacrosse team is going to be there's a call it semi-professional, actually professional lacrosse team is going to play out of there in the summers, which is great. The Saints, new ownership, new leadership there is going to come in and they're going to play their games so we can keep growing that full pathway. So if you're a lacrosse player locally, you can go right from under 5 all the way through to professional in town.
Yeah.
And that's great, and have a state-of-the-art place to play in.
And I think on council you've got at least 2 councilors that are very pro lacrosse. So then there's a big save there. I think because it was going to leave our town at one point.
They recognize the importance of, and I don't think they did it for lacrosse sake. They recognize the importance of having a quality team here and what that stands for, and the amount of desire and passion for that sport. And they didn't want to see that leave town. And they were able to come through and find a way to get that done, which was really great. And the local Saints club too. PoCo Saints Minor Lacrosse stepped up to be part of that. So now it's a full pathway, which is exactly what you want with any sport. Full pathway that takes you right from young through to old. And the fact that you can have a high performance professional level in your pathway, top tier.
And I know Kathy Jenna was lucky enough to be the thing for your awards night, so we have to fight her now to get that spot. She's kind of owned that, I think.
Well, I think having Kathy was phenomenal, and having Tri-Cities TV, part of this as well, part of our awards is outstanding, and it just really makes for the evening. It's a special evening, and anybody who comes out and sees it, and it gets to be part of it. I mean, it's sold out, so getting tickets isn't easy, but. What a great time that is, and what a special time of year that is every year, late May, to bring the community together. And again, I expect this year will be the same.
And May 24th is that?
May 24th at Terry Fox Theater. You guys will be back. Well, you'll be front of house before the awards start, and you'll be backstage getting the the initial reactions as they're walking off as they've been named winners and they've been nominated and inducted in the Hall of Fame. And it'll be a fun show.
And so I know you've got this stuff for Sport for Life. You get some grant money from that. So is there ways that people can support you? PoCo Sport, through donations, contributions, or just volunteering?
All of the above. Engage with us. I mean, our job is to help grow the community's sport infrastructure, but also has more to do with sport. Don't think of sport in terms of its competition aspect. Think of it in terms of building healthy lifestyles, healthy people, physically durable people who will be healthy for a long time. So they're not having to access medical and they're not taking bad falls. They're always healthy, always strong. That's what our job to do, and also help building town pride. That's our other big thing. So if you can support us in any sort of way, wow, thank you very much, and we'd welcome it. Volunteering is always a great thing too. So many events to be part of, so many great local clubs that always are looking for help. You don't have to be a member of one of these clubs, just to come in. They all run events all year. Great to have any of them.
Well, I want to thank you for coming in, for sure. I know that May 4th, we've got the beginning of May Day celebration.
Yep.
I think the PoCo events team is working on something for trying to find a way to support PoCo Sport and have a big party at the same time.
Yeah,
so
sure,
that will be fun. But I want to thank you very much for coming in.
Thanks, Patrick.
So this is Ryan Clark with PoCo Sport. Definitely sports at Port Coquitlam, you almost like what's not going on. So remember, May 4th is the chance and opportunity to go to the old rec center before they knock it down. There's going to be a big party, a few bands, and money from that sort of event will go towards PoCo Sport. This is Patrick McCarthy reporting with Tri-Cities Community Television. Thanks for watching. Thanks again. That was good.